Hello everyone, I'm Victoria and welcome to today's video. So you've seen the title or the thumbnail. Today I really wanted to talk about how to find ourselves, not just ourselves, but something there, like that part of us that it always feels like it's missing. You know, when you have this feeling like something is missing, I'm missing something, I don't know something, or I don't know something about myself, or I'm not sure if I'm going the right direction. That means that something is missing. And I feel like that's a part of us that's not come to light yet. It's there, but we just haven't uncovered it yet. And I really want to get advice for all of us on how to find it so we can completely change our lives with this information. Because once we find that part of us, once we really know that little detail, it might be the smallest thing. The answer could be so simple, you might have never expected it, but it can change your life completely or help you start changing your life completely. So, yeah, first, before we start, I want to say thank you to all of you for watching this. I have so much gratitude for all of you. I've been making videos for, I don't know, 2 years. Thank you to those of you who stuck around and for watching and being here with me on this journey. I hope we can keep on going and supporting each other together. And I'd like to also thank Source for the information that we are going to receive right now. So let's get into it. I drew these cards beforehand, so let's take a look at what came through. We have the Aspirant and the Muse. So with the Aspirant, we definitely have a little bit of an answer already. I mean, it's kind of setting the stage for the whole story for us. Because let's be honest, our lives are all stories. Everything is like a story. This story structure is there. And it's set up in a way for a reason. It's because our lives many times go through these kinds of story structures. So right now, especially if you're feeling this, like something is missing, you are definitely feeling this because you know that there's something you need to do. We all know, all of us starseeds that have awoken now, you know, even if you don't want to call yourself a starseed, doesn't matter. All of us that are awake now, we know that there's something that we need to do. And we kind of have an idea of what we want to create. We want to create a better world, don't we? A better life for ourselves, a better life for others. We have that idea and we kind of know, how we want to do it, maybe. Or some might have no idea how they're going to do it. Or they might have an idea, but it might not be the right one. So it's a lot of variations, but I really feel like there's something missing. The part that is missing is how you'll get from where you are now to the finish line, because we are only looking at these points, our current point and the finish line, the thing that we know must be accomplished. This thing that is kind of at times burdening us because we have such high expectations of ourselves. And we have not the biggest idea of how we're going to get from one point to the other. And that is the point here with the Aspirant. It's trying to tell us that we need to start being present in this moment. Stop looking towards the future and towards what you want to create and what you're here to do, to your goal. Start looking at where you're at right now. How is the situation? Take a moment to breathe and be present. See what is happening around you. Because many times we can experience setbacks because we're not fully present and we're not fully seeing every single sign that we're being sent. Honestly, we're being sent signs all the time. Seeing all of them would be kind of overwhelming. But it really does feel like we're not seeing enough of the signs. We're being guided, we're being shown signs, but we're only seeing a few of them. And because of that, we're not fully confident in how to move forward. We're not fully confident whether we can even achieve this thing. We're not fully confident that we can deal with our current situations. I feel there's definitely a lack of confidence, not just within myself, I know that, but within our whole collective. Because we know that this will happen. A lot of us, we just know that good things are coming, everything will be all right, but we're used to being human, and just knowing isn't enough. We're not at that level of trust, we're not at that level of connection that we need to be to fully be present, to fully be able to move forward without actually having any expectations of how you're going to get to the finish line, without actually even thinking about the finish line, without making some kind of connections with it, like chords that are potentially negative. The importance here is to focus on the now and focus on the journey. Focus on how you want to make it there. Like I said, we know that we're going to get there. We know that it's going to happen. We don't exactly know how. Let's start thinking about how we're going to do that. What are the steps that we can start taking? And what can we start working on? I feel like there's this kind of energy of things need to be done now. There's things that we need to do. And maybe the muse here is telling us a bit about what exactly needs to be done right now. The muse, generosity, naivety are the words coming through here. But with the muse, what's very important is optimism. The muse brings optimism. The muse, you know what a muse is. A muse inspires the artist. We must inspire ourselves to move on forward, because I feel we're lacking inspiration as well. Again, because we don't know how we're going to get to the finish line, and we're lacking that inspiration, we're lacking that optimism, we're lacking that self-awareness as well, that confidence. And we really need to tap into that. And part of how it's going to part of what's going to help us is trying to stay positive, trying to look at the world in a positive light, in a positive way, trying to see the good things in everything, every single situation that you find yourself in, even the smallest one. Even just eating something, and if it's not really to your taste, trying to think about, why am I not liking what I'm eating right now? Or if you love it, obviously being grateful for it, offering gratitude, and taking some time, taking a moment before and after eating for gratitude, to be grateful. And it's, I feel like there needs to be a habit built up for this. It's a bit hard to start doing it. You do it once, but then you forget to do it. So somehow we need to build a habit of being grateful for things. And that is something that is going to make us more positive, just naturally. And it's going to help us inspire ourselves. And you'll notice that you'll start inspiring others too. But the goal here is not to inspire others per se. Yes, maybe part of your mission is to inspire someone. You should definitely remember that. For example, if I'm inspired to make these videos, I can somehow inspire one of you to go out and do something amazing. By you doing something amazing, you will inspire someone else to do something also amazing. Maybe the same thing or another type of thing, but it's just a chain reaction. So if you yourself are inspired, focus on you. Focus on helping yourself to be inspired. Don't offer Don't be fake positive around people. Be real. If you're not really feeling positive, there's no reason to pretend like you're positive just to make people think that you're positive, that you're doing better than you are. Be honest. And sometimes even being honest, I don't know how we got here, but sometimes even being honest about not being okay. Like in this situation, I strongly feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing that part of me. And this is not a positive thing per se. You know, some of you might be thinking, oh, I thought you would have it all together. You know, you're doing readings, blah, blah, blah. No one has it all together. No one has all of the pieces. None of us do. And by me being honest about that, you know, you never know what could happen. Someone might end up helping you in some way, or you might find that they share the same feelings, that they feel the same. And even if you can't figure it out instantly, and definitely with these cards, it's definitely not about figuring it out instantly. The point is to not be scared, to not have it all figured out, and to keep being positive and seeing the light in the world, seeing the best parts in it, and focusing on creating a better world with others. Because together we're powerful enough. But again, we need to find that missing part of ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with being, again, not that there's, I don't even like saying that right now, but I feel like I need to say it. There's nothing wrong with being in this part of your journey. You're meant to be here. I am meant to be here at this point where I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. Sometimes I feel so panicked and like, what is happening? What do I do? I have no idea. I have no idea what's happening, etc. Just a lot of panic. There's a point to this. And again, you need to ask yourself, why? Why am I experiencing this? And when you start having revelations, being grateful for it. Thank you. For this experience. You know, I would have never figured things out if it wasn't for this experience. I would have never showed courage if I wasn't scared. So be grateful for the fear, be grateful for the negative parts of life, because they help you realize the positive, they help bring positive, because once something bad happens, something good will naturally come. That's how things usually work. So there's always ups and downs in life. And you can see that in stories and movies as well. The character needs to suffer a little bit to grow and needs to go through something negative to find something even more positive and, break through. And here we have the 10 of Cups showing us again that focus on the positive. Focus on the positive because it is there. It exists. Time is not linear. We all know that. And all of this positivity, this thing that we know we're trying to create, it exists already. Again, we know that. But that doesn't mean that we need to focus on being there. Because we're not there for a reason. We're here for a reason. So try to enjoy where you are right now. Try to find happiness. Try to find the most joy, love, everything good. See everything good in your current situation, no matter how bad it might be. Because once you fall in love with your current reality, you know what comes. Change comes, because we can never get too comfortable, can we? Being too comfortable is also not good. Being constantly at the same place is not good. But as long as we're positive and we're trying to find the positive in everything, in every situation, then we will always be vibrating high. We'll always be joyful for most of the time. The point is to not be always happy. There's going to be sad times. There's going to be bad times. but the point is to be grateful for all of them. So we have the Page of Cups here as well. Again, a kind of sign, a lot of cups. So there's a lot of emotions here, a lot of emotions, because this thing that we're searching for, it's very deep. And it's most likely related to our emotions as well. The reason we're not seeing it yet, and the reason we haven't found it yet, is because we haven't unlocked it yet. It feels like it's very, very deep, coated by this kind of negativity that we've brought into our life. And it needs a particular key. So you need the key of positivity and gratitude to open this chest with. While currently the key that we might have, it might not be a negative one, but it might be a neutral one. So we're still not there yet, but we can unlock it and we can start changing. And again, the whole point of this video is to help us find ourselves. Feels like it's found itself. Like this bird just put this cherry here on top, and it feels like, yes, this is me. This is like totally me. What I just created, it's beautiful, it's perfect, and it expresses who I am. And I found this part of me. It's not all ice cream and it's not a cookie, it's all of these things together. And that's how we are too. We're many things put all together. So find this part of you so that you can start changing your life. And the Page of Cups is the beginning of a big change, the beginning of starting to really, really trust, really, really follow your intuition, really start going deeper and deeper. If you thought that you're already quite spiritual, you're not even halfway there. And if you thought that you have psychic abilities, you're not even halfway there. You're going to have way more probably later on. Things are just going to get much, much deeper, you're going to go much deeper into yourself, into your soul, into your sea of emotions. And that's a good and a bad thing. So you're going to find many bad things, but by going deep down there is how you'll find this part of you and how you'll be able to change your life. Start changing it. Let's get another deck here. I'm really feeling this one now. Let's see what comes through from here too. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. I definitely am. And that's important. It's important for us to enjoy what we're doing. It's important for us to have fun. Because what's the point? 10 of Cups. We need to start having fun. We need to start loving. And exactly, the Mars energy here, anger, conflict, softening to love. Again, that feeling of starting to soften up our hearts, starting to soften up to love. We're still not there yet. There's a part of us that's so scared, most likely because of things that have happened to us and to our ancestors that keep us kind of stuck where we're at. We're kind of scared to move forward. Aren't you scared to move forward? Sometimes it's so much easier to stay where you're at right now because you're comfortable here. You know what's going to happen. There's not going to be some crazy stuff that you've never experienced before that can be overwhelming. So you feel comfortable. You feel like, yeah, I want to stay here. It's better. Might have, very low lows. There might be a lot of anger. There might be a lot of conflict, but, I'm comfortable here, aren't I? But we're not going to be allowed to stay comfortable. And part of it is the conflicts themselves will trigger this in us. If we don't start working on this ourselves, the conflicts will trigger us to start trying to find a path towards these emotions, trying to find our path to ourselves, our true connection with ourselves. So the more you increase your connection to yourself, your deep, true, subconscious self, higher self, that way, the more you'll be able to even see the messages that you're being constantly sent, the guidance that you're being sent. And that's amazing, isn't it? But again, it's not all flowers, rainbows, but everything will be okay. because everything is a lesson. Something that I saw earlier was you never lose. You're always winning, or it's a lesson. You either win or it's a lesson. And to be honest, if it's a lesson and if you learn it, you're winning. If it's a lesson and you kind of get it, you're still winning. You're always winning. You're never losing. So for those of you who might have issues with this, feel like you want to be the winner in a situation, in a conflict or whatever, know that you're always winning, even when you're not. Even when you might feel you're not. The other cards that came out, I'm just going to put them here. No reason to hold them. Our Inner Earth and the Cosmic Heart. So you'll survive this new solutions and new beginnings. Of course, this whole video is about creating, starting a new beginning, starting completely changing your life, even if you don't really fully want to. Again, we talked about this. We might feel comfortable where we're at right now. But that doesn't mean that you should not be changing your life. That doesn't mean that you should not be finding new ways to start doing things. And you will be finding new ways to start doing things, and you feel the need for that. You'll feel that need. You'll feel the need for change, because whatever you had before, it's probably not working for you anymore. That's why there's this kind of missing feeling. Something is missing because it's missing. It's you're needing a different kind of vibration next to you. You might have grown up in a certain particular vibration or around it. And you might feel like, I was fine with this for so many years, but now you're starting to change. And you're starting to change because you're supposed to. That's how you wanted it to happen. You want to experience this. I failed to mention that recently, before filming this, of course, there was a very powerful Capricorn full moon. And I feel like it brought, for a lot of people, a lot of emotions, but also a lot of endings to things. It brought out a lot of fears, a lot of issues, but that's a good thing. You need to release this. You need to deal with this. Don't resist it. Start looking for new solutions and new beginnings, and you'll survive this, whatever is happening to you. Try to stay positive, because you will survive it. You can get through it. There is a solution to every single problem. When you are faced with a problem, don't, panic. Know that there is a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And with the Cosmic Heart, make your life a moving prayer. It's kind of what I was saying before. Before and after you eat, take some time to really have gratitude for things, for what you're eating, and other things you do as well. Even drinking water, walking around, have gratitude for your legs, for your body that is able to take you places. Not everyone has that. And if you don't, then have gratitude for whatever's helping you move around, whoever is helping you in your life, because people are helping you. Beings are helping you. You are being helped. You're alive. You're not alive just because of your own sheer force and will. You're alive because we're all working together. Ultimately, it's like a hive mind, isn't it? If you really think about it. So we're all keeping each other healthy and here, present. Well, healthy, depends. But yeah, it's time to really start creating more rituals. I really felt like this cat wanted to be here, this witch cat. Maybe there's something about that, like creating some kind of rituals or doing witchy things. And it might feel silly at the beginning, but it will most likely help you. We also have Cosmic Rainbow. Look for the pot of gold and accept joy. So again, there's a lot about this. Accept joy right now. Stop looking towards the future. Stop worrying about how you're going to get to where you want to get. Start looking at what you have right now and have gratitude for it. I know that, you might hear this often, or you might not, who knows. But it is important, and it's something that we need to do, and we're not going to get to the finish line if we are not, present and in love with our lives right now. Or at least not going to get to the finish line we want to get to. Okay. We also have the divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Again, it's the same message over and over, isn't it? Know that happiness is your purpose. You're here to experience happiness. So don't feel bad about experiencing happiness if someone else, for example, isn't able to experience the same happiness as you. Don't feel bad about that. Just be happy, be you in whatever situation you're put in, and know that you can get through anything. Somehow, if everything falls apart, you can rebuild it, and you don't have to do it alone. And you're never alone. You're being guided from the other side, from the other dimensions, from yourself, from other beings. They're all in the end us. We're all each other in the end, but you're not alone. You're not the only one whose life might be falling apart, who might be feeling like they're scared, who might not know exactly where they're going. You kind of know, but you don't know, and you don't know how you're going to get there. You're not the only one. I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. They're not. Whoever else is not the only one. We're all in this together. It's all happening to all of us for a reason. It's part of our journey. So don't be scared. Keep going. Try to connect more with you yourself. Do meditations, do affirmations, gratitude, lots of gratitude and happiness. Try to be happy. Do things that really, truly make you happy and full of joy. Positive things that will start changing your life in a positive way. Find new solutions, new beginnings, new ways of doing things. Maybe the things that used to make you happy won't make you happy anymore. So you need to find new ways to make yourself happy. And that's exciting, isn't it? Anyway, I think I'm going to end it here because it seems like we're just getting the same message over and over again. And thank you again, so much gratitude to all of you for being here, for experiencing all of this together with me. And thank you to, of course, Source, to Spirit, to all of the spirits that are around us and helping us, to all of our higher selves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.